Good morning, children. Today I am going to start with dairy farming. You know very well about dairy farming. Dairy farming involves raising of cattle for milk production. That is called what? Dairy farming. It involves the proper maintenance of cattle along with the collection and the processing of milk and milk products which are useful to man. Dairying is the production and marketing of milk and its product. Okay, so dairy farming involves raising of cattle for milk production. It is called what? Dairy farming. What does it involves? It involves maintenance of cattle along with collection and processing of milk and milk product which are useful to man. These are the things involved in the dairy farming. Dairying is the production and marketing of milk and milk products. First, we'll see about cattle breeds. The Indian cattle include cows and buffaloes. They are domesticated for milk, meat, leather, and transportation. So, what are the Indian cattle? Cows and buffaloes are the Indian cattle. They are domesticated for milk, meat, leather, and transportation purpose. They belong to two different species. One is Bos indicus, that is Indian cows and bulls, and Bos bubolis, that is buffaloes. These cattle animals are reared for milk and farm labor. They are classified into three types: dairy free breeds, rough breeds, and dual purpose breeds. So, these cattle breeds are classified into three types based on their purpose. One is dairy breeds, another one is rough breeds, and third one is dual purpose breeds. Let's see about dairy breeds. Dairy animals are domesticated for obtaining milk. The cows are high milk yielders, that is milch animals. The dairy breeds are indigenous breeds and exotic breeds. Okay, first one is dairy breeds. In dairy breeds, animals are domesticated for their milk. To obtain milk, the animals are domesticated. Cows, that is milk producing females, are high milk yielders, hence it is called milch animals. The dairy breeds are of two types. One is indigenous breeds, another one is exotic breeds. What is indigenous breeds? Indigenous breeds are native of India. They include Sahiwal, Red Sindhi, Deoni, and Gir. So, the animals or the cows belongs to native of India are called indigenous breeds. Example for indigenous breeds are Sahiwal, Red Sindhi, Deoni, and Gir. These cattle are well built with strong limbs, prominent hump, and loose skin. Milk production depends on the duration of the lactation period. What is mean by lactation period? The period of milk production after the birth of a calf is called what? Lactation period. That is how much milk produced during the lactation period is called what? Lactation, sorry, yes, milk production. It is depends on the duration of the lactation period. These local breed animals shows excellent resistance to diseases also. So the animals which belongs to the native of India are called indigenous breeds. Examples Sahiwal, Red Sindhi, Deoni, and Gir. This cattle characteristic of cattle include well built with strong limbs, prominent hump, and loose skin. And about milk production, it depends on the duration of the lactation period. What is lactation period? The period of milk production after the birth of calf is called what? Lactation period. And about disease resistant, this local breed animals have excellent disease resistant or resistant to diseases. Next one is exotic breeds. It is called Bos taurus or imported from foreign countries. So the animals which are imported from foreign countries are called exotic breeds. They include Jersey, Brown Swiss, Holstein Bestrian, etc. These foreign breeds are selected for long lactation period. So that next one is draft or draft breeds. So already we have discussed about dairy breeds. Dairy breeds, which the animals which are cultured for their milk, cultured or grow for their milk, are called milk breeds. It includes two types, indigenous breeds, another one is exotic breeds. Animals which belongs to the native of India are called indigenous breeds, and another thing, the animals which are exported from foreign countries are called exotic breeds. Okay, and examples also given. What purpose the animals are exported from foreign countries? For their long lactation period. Okay, next one is draft breeds or draft breeds. They are used for agricultural work such as tilling, irrigation and carting. These include Amitmakal, Congeyam, Amblacheri, Malvi, Sirri and Halliker breeds. Bullocks are good draft animal, while the cows are poor milk yielders, or the characteristic of cow and bulls. Okay, so draft breeds you could understand by this reading itself. That is the animals which are used for agriculture work such as tilling, irrigation and carting. The example for this draft animals are Amitmakal and Congeyam, Amblacheri, Malvis, Sirri and Halliker. Bullocks are good draft animal, while the cow are poor milk yielders. Okay. Next one, dual purpose breeds. That is, the cows of these breeds provide milk and the bulls are useful for farm work. Hence, these kind of animals or this type of animals involved in both milk production as well as draft work. So, hence it is called as what? Dual purpose breeds. In India, these breeds are favored by farmers. They include Haryana, Angul, Concrete and Tabakar. Then information breeds, indigenous draft breeds native to Tamil Nadu is Congeyam. It originated in Congeyam and is observed in Tharapuram, Perundurai, Erode, Bhavani and part of Kobichettipalem taluk of Erode and Coimbatore district. Okay. So next one is Pulikulam, is another native draft work breed. This breed is commonly seen in Kumbam, valley of Madurai district in Tamil Nadu. It is also known as Jallikattu Madu. They are mainly used for penning in the field and useful for ploughing also. Next one is composition of cattle feed. Okay, so different types of cattle we have discussed. Now what are the feed we have to give for this cattle, and what should the feed contain, or what is the composition of the cattle feed contain? Okay, the food requirement for cattle should support healthy life of animal and milk producing requirement. The feed for dairy cattle is broadly classified into two. One is roughages, another one is concentrate. Okay, so the food requirement for cattle should support healthy life of the animal and milk producing requirement. The feed for dairy cattle is broadly classified into two. One is roughages, another one is concentrate. Let's see roughages. What is mean by roughages? It's a coarse and fibrous fodder. It consists of succulent feed, cultivated grass, fodder and root crops, and dry fodder, example hay, straw and chop. These are the examples of roughages. Actually, roughages are coarse and fibrous fodder. It is divided into two types. One is succulent feed, another one is dry fodder. In succulent feed, example cultivated grass for grass and fodder, and root crops are example for succulent feed. And for dry fodder, hay, straw, chaff or example for dry fodder. And next one is concentrates, are low in fiber and contain high level of carbohydrates, proteins and other nutrients. A variety of raw materials such as cholam, kambu, that is pial millet, ragi, finger millet, rice bran, wheat bran, cotton seed cake, mustard cake, linseed cake, groundnut cake, mango seed, neem cake and yellow, that is sesame cake, can be used to make concentrated feed. They should also be fed on green fodder, that is maize, lesson, basim, millet and elephant grass. Okay, so you could understand about the composition of feed, that is one is roughages, another one is concentrate. Then what are the example for roughages, what are example for concentrate food also you could understand. Okay, here children, in this diagram you could see different types of indigenous and what it is exotic breeds of cows you can see, or cattle breeds you can see. Please see the diagram and observe the picture of different cattle breeds. Okay, next, feed management. So dairy cattle need balanced rations containing all nutrients in proportional amount and food additives which contain minerals, vitamins, antibiotic and hormones to promote the growth of animals and good yield of milk and to protect them from diseases. The daily average feed ratio of milking cow is given here, children. So dairy cattle need balanced rations containing all nutrients in proportional amounts and food additives which contain minerals, vitamins, antibiotic and hormones to promote the growth of animals, good yield of milk and protect them from diseases. The daily average feed ratio of milking cow is, it's given, roughages, either it may be dry grass or green fodder, it may be up to 15 to 25 kgs, and about grain mixtures 4 to 5 kgs, water 100 to 150 liters of water. And this is the feed ratio for an average cow. And Dr. Verghese Kurian was the founder of National Dairy Development Board. Underline it, please. Expansion for NDDP, National Dairy Development Board. Who was the founder for this board? Dr. Verghese Kurian was the founder of this board, and also called the architect of India's modern dairy industries and the father of white revolution also. So NDDP designed and implemented the world's largest dairy development program called Operation Flood. Okay, next, improvement of livestock development in India. Improvement of livestock development in India. Improved breeding techniques in cattle have tremendously increased the production of new breeds with high capacities. So improved breeding techniques in cattle have tremendously increased the production of new breeds with high capacities. Okay, and intensive cattle development program. It is based on cross breeding of indigenous cow with exotic breeds to increase milk production. That is called what? Intensive cattle development program. This program is based on the crossing of different breeds. That is, one is indigenous cow, another one is exotic cow, or we have to cross the indigenous cow with the exotic cow. It is called what? Intensive cattle development program. What purpose we should cross these two breeds is to increase the milk production. New methods and modern equipments are made available for machine milking of cows. Okay, next one is Operation Flood program. It is based on dairy commodity aid to increase milk supply in urban areas. This is called what? Operation Flood program. Okay, it's based on dairy commodity aid to increase milk supply in urban areas also. Next, a new topic is aquaculture. Aquaculture is a rearing of economically important aquatic organisms like fishes, prawns, shrimps, crabs, lobsters, edible oysters, perlusters, seaweeds under controlled and confined environmental conditions using advanced technologies. It is called what? Aquaculture. So aquaculture is the rearing of economically important aquatic organisms like fishes, prawns, shrimps, crabs, lobsters, edible oysters, pearl oysters, and seaweeds. How to culture or rearing these animals under controlled and confined environmental condition using advanced technologies also. Okay, what are the different types of aquaculture? There are two types of aquaculture. One is freshwater aquaculture, another one is marine water aquaculture. It is also called as mariculture. Okay, let's see what is freshwater aquaculture. The rearing of aquatic organism in freshwater is called freshwater aquaculture. So, rearing of aquatic animal in freshwater. It is called what? Freshwater aquaculture. Culture of organism is carried out in pond, river, dam, lake and cold water. These are freshwater bodies. So, aquatic animals which are culturing in these freshwater habitats are called freshwater aquaculture. These freshwater resources remain within the land. Tilapia, carps, that is Katla, Rogu, Mirigal are coming under carps, and catfishes and air breathing fishes are cultured in fresh water. Information bits. Tamil Nadu is a leading state endowed with rich fishery resources from marine, inland and coastal aquaculture. The marine fisheries potential of the state is estimated at 0.719 million tons. The inland fishery resources have a potential to yield 4.5 lakhs metric tons of fishes. Tamil Nadu ranks 6th among the maritime states in coastal fishing. Please underline it. And next one is marine water aquaculture. The cultivation of aquatic organism in sea water is called marine water aquaculture. This is also referred as mariculture or sea farming. Culture of organism is carried out along the sea host, that is inshore area, and in deep sea. Organisms like shrimps, that is marine prawns, pearl oysters, edible oysters, mussel and fin fishes like salmons, sea bass, milk fishes and mullets are cultured in marine water. Okay, next one is prospects of aquaculture. What are the prospects of aquaculture? Aquaculture has become the fastest growing food producing sector to meet the demands of food and nutrition to the growing population through increased production from aquatic food resources. So, this aquaculture has become the fastest growing food producing sector. Why should it become a fastest growing food producing sector? To meet the demands of food and nutrition. Why should it meet the demands? Why there should be a demand? Because of growing population through increased production from aquatic food resources. Okay, it aims at blue revolution. It is a major source of export and foreign exchange earnings for the country. So this aquaculture which give a more foreign exchange earnings for the country. It generates employment through fish farming in rural and underdeveloped areas also. And also it generates employment through fish farming in rural areas and also in developed areas also. Okay, children, I'll stop with this. So, these are the prospects of aquaculture. You could understand about the aquaculture. So, aquaculture, culture of animals in water are called aquaculture. Aquaculture are of two types. One is freshwater aquaculture, another one is marine water aquaculture. Animals which that is aquatic animals growing in freshwater bodies are called freshwater aquaculture. Growing in marine water, that is sea or ocean water, is called marine water aquaculture. And about its prospects also we have to discuss. Okay, and the next topic, it's a new, it is a pisciculture. This I'll discuss with you in my next class. And for you, the today's homework is, wait, This only one question. Briefly describe the composition of cattle feed. This is the only question you will get as a homework. Complete and send it to me. Okay, children. Bye. I'll get you in my next class. Bye.